Coins can tell stories, stories of nations, of rulers, of artists, and of the everyday people who carry them unknowingly in their pockets. And among the many coins circulating across Canada, one particular piece from recent years has become the subject of myths, curiosity, and collector excitement. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 2015 Canada 25-cent coin, a modern quarter that many believe is just ordinary, until they learn the truth behind its history, its mistakes, its myths, and its surprising auction prices today. To understand why the 2015 Canadian quarter matters, we need to step back and look at the long journey of the Canadian 25-cent coin itself. Introduced in 1870, the quarter quickly became one of the most important coins in daily Canadian life. In the early years, it was struck in silver and bore the portrait of Queen Victoria. As monarchs changed, so did the obverse portraits, Edward VII, George V, George VI, and with each new reign, new engravers left their mark. But one design remained consistent: the iconic reverse featuring the majestic caribou, created in 1937 by Emmanuel Hahn. It was part of a major artistic reform across Canadian coinage, a design that would become one of the longest-running and most recognized symbols in Canadian numismatic history. Fast forward to 2015. The world of coin collecting had changed drastically. In the early 2010s, the Royal Canadian Mint began producing many special commemorative coins, colorized coins, glow-in-the-dark issues, wildlife series, and collector-grade releases that captured global attention. At the same time, the penny had been discontinued in 2012, and suddenly, Canadians were paying far more attention to their remaining denominations. This environment meant that even a regular circulation quarter from 2015 received more attention than earlier common date coins ever had. The 2015 Canadian quarter features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, introduced in 2003. Unlike other Commonwealth nations, Canada chose to portray the Queen without a crown, a deliberate choice to represent a modern, approachable monarch. Her portrait on the 2015 quarter is simple, dignified, and realistic, with fine details that stand out under certain lighting. On the reverse remains Hahn's timeless caribou, unbothered by the passing decades, standing tall with its antlers reaching like branches into the empty space above. The 2015 quarter is made of nickel-plated steel, weighs 4.4 grams, measures 23.88 mm in diameter, and carries the classic reeded edge. Millions of them were minted enough that you will still find them effortlessly in your pocket change today. And yet, despite this, myths soon began spreading. Across the internet, Facebook groups and online marketplaces erupted with claims the 2015 quarter is rare. This coin has secret varieties. The missing mint mark version is valuable. There are silver 2015 quarters, and even double-headed 2015 quarters exist. Let's address these one by one. The most common myth was that the 2015 quarter is rare. This is false. The regular circulation strike was minted in large quantities. What is rare, however, are certain error coins, mistakes made during the minting process. But the normal 2015 quarter itself is not rare. Another myth claimed that shiny 2015 quarters were special. In reality, the mint sometimes applies stronger polishing to dies, causing certain batches to appear brighter. This is not a rarity unless accompanied by a confirmed mint error. A widespread misunderstanding also emerged regarding a supposed missing mint mark variety. But regular Canadian quarters don't use a mint mark like the P found on some older coins. This myth was simply confusion. Perhaps the most dramatic myth is the claim of double-headed 2015 quarters. These are not mint errors, they're magician's coins, novelty pieces created by bonding two obverse halves together. They look cool, but they have no collector value. There was even a rumor that silver 2015 quarters exist. Again, this is false. No silver circulation quarters were minted in that year. Now, even though most myths surrounding the 2015 quarter are false, some genuine errors do exist, and these errors can be valuable. One of the most desirable is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably shifted. Minor misalignments might bring $20 to $40. while dramatic off-center strikes with 30% or more displacement can sell for up to $120. Another error found on some 2015 quarters is die cracking or die chips. These appear as raised lines or blobs of metal, often on or near the caribou's antlers. Small cracks are worth a few dollars, but larger or more dramatic chips may sell for $20 or more. Plating errors are especially interesting. Some coins were struck with missing or uneven nickel plating, causing two-tone coloring or exposed steel. Severe plating errors are sought after and can fetch anywhere from $50 to $150 depending on the visual impact. There are also legitimate double die obverse (DDO) and double die reverse (DDR) varieties, where elements like the date or lettering show faint doubling. These are rare but confirmed. Light doubling may bring $20 to $40, while strong, visible doubling can reach $200 or more at auction. And then we have broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the collar, causing the edges to expand. These typically sell for $40 to $100 depending on the severity. With all this in mind, collectors began paying closer attention to the 2015 quarter. Even though the regular version isn't rare, the potential for interesting errors made it a coin worth inspecting carefully. But what about its value today? A normal, circulated 2015 quarter is worth exactly 25 cents. Uncirculated pieces, depending on grade, can be worth a bit more. MS60 to MS63 examples might be worth about $1. Our MS65 can reach $8 to $12. Our MS66 or better may sell for up to $25. But error coins are where the real excitement lies. The strongest double die errors and severe off-center strikes have fetched up to $250 at auction. More common errors, like small die chips or light off-center strikes, typically sell between $5 and $40. To identify a potentially valuable 2015 quarter, collectors recommend starting with the caribou antlers. Many die chips occur there, and the antler region is where some of the most dramatic errors appear. Next, check the rim for signs of expansion or misalignment. Then inspect the date, especially the 2 and 5, which often show the clearest signs of doubling. Examine the plating carefully. Any patchiness or odd coloring could indicate a plating error. And finally, weigh the coin. If it falls outside the typical 4.3 to 4.5 gram range, it may be an error planchette. Collectors often debate whether one should hold on to rare errors or sell them when discovered. If you're a modern Canadian error collector, holding might bring better long-term value. But if you prefer quick returns, the current market is strong, and auction prices for unusual errors are often surprisingly high. Despite being a modern, common date coin, the 2015 quarter has a unique place in Canadian numismatics. It represents the last decade of Queen Elizabeth II's remarkable reign, a period marked by modern minting innovation. For younger collectors, the 2015 quarter is often a starter coin, the first piece they notice with an interesting error or the first coin they try to grade. And for long-time collectors, it serves as a reminder that even ordinary change can hold extraordinary stories. As time moves on, coins bearing Elizabeth II's portrait become more historically significant. The 2015 quarter, being part of that era, may not feel special today, but decades from now, collectors might view it as one of the last great circulating designs of the Queen's era. So the next time you receive a quarter dated 2015, take a moment before spending it. Hold it up to the light. Look at the antlers, the rim, the date, the fields, the plating. What seems like an everyday coin might carry an error, a story, or even a small treasure. Coins do more than buy things. They travel through hands, pockets, memories, and time. And sometimes, like in the case of the 2015 Canada 25-cent coin, they teach us that history, value, and mystery can all hide in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment below which coin you want me to explore next. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!